Hi guys, welcome to Pit Stop. So we are driving the BYD Atto 3. They are calling it as an SUV, but I would call it as a soft crossover. Obviously it's bigger than the competitors like MG ZS EV or even the Hyundai Kona, but it's a plush looking premium luxury electric vehicle, I would say. So welcome to my channel once again, and let's kickstart the video. So before we kickstart the video, please do subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon so that you will get all the notifications. So quickly let me take you through the design aspect of the Atto 3. So first thing, design. So let's take a look at the design of the Atto 3. It looks, the car is quite big. I would agree to that because it is like almost at 4.5 meters in length, and the wheelbase itself is like approximately around somewhere between 2700 to 2750 mm. So in that point, the interior will get more space. That I'll talk more about it later. But from the exterior, it's actually quite a big car. But in terms of design, it looks very soft in terms of design because there are no sharp edges. Just like the BYD E6, it carries a very simple and plain design, but it looks pretty attractive, I would say, because at the front you get a chrome slat, you get a BYD badging, you get all LED lightings all across the car, even at the rear, and here we get a 360-degree camera along with radar for the ADAS system. So up front, it's like plain and simple design for the BYD Atto 3. So from the sides, it's actually quite long at 4.5 meters and quite large doors, I would say. You get a bit of elements in chrome just to add that, you know, premiumness to the car. Here you get a chrome small plating just to add a bit of, again, premiumness. When you take a look at the wheels, you get a funky looking 18-inch massive 215 section alloy wheels that actually looks very proportionate for the car. I really like this part of the car because, you know, it looks very proportionate and it looks very chunky enough to match the size of the BYD Atto 3. So when you take a look at the side mirrors, you get a camera over here. Here you get a BYD design badging. Not just that, here you get the charging port for the BYD Atto 3. So apart from that, if you take a closer look here, you get an option called as NFC. There will be a small badging called NFC. So it's like a second key for the car. Even if you have the NFC card available with you, you can take the car and you can drive the car. So even if you don't have the key, if you just have the card, you can easily drive the car. So that's the highlight. So this is the side view of the BYD Atto 3. So at the rear, even, you know, it gets it doesn't get much of a sloping roof line, but I would still call it like, you know, a very plush and comfortable design, I would say. It's not like very sharp, as I mentioned already. Here you get a build your dreams entirely written in all the letters. It's not like just a BYD badging. Here it's completely written like build your dreams. So here we have a company logo over here and then the Atto 3 badging over here. So apart from that, a nice integration of the rear view camera, and you get a powered tailgate as well. And here are the parking sensors which you can see, and here you get a very spacious 440 liters of boot space, and the seats are split as well, 60-40 split option. That means you can actually use it as a proper shopping car, I would say, if the 440 liters is not enough for you. And with just press of a button, you can actually close the tailgate of the Atto 3. And I forgot to tell you something, here you get an EV badging as well. So this is the rear view of the car. You get all LED lightings here, and the light bar actually travels across the width of the car. So that's the Atto 3's design for you. All right, so the interiors is pretty much can be called as funky because, can you see that? All right, so here we get something, you know, sort of a guitar string kind of a thing. BYD has tried their best to make it look funky enough. Both the front seats are power operated, and it's 8-way adjustable as well, and it's pretty comfortable. It looks pretty sporty. It gets a mix of colors, black, blue, beige, and with the red stitching and the red lining as well. So pretty comfortable for long drives, but a bit for fat people like me, maybe they might feel a bit, you know, the seats might feel a bit narrow. So that's one thing. Apart from that, innovative door handles, you know, how to open up the door, and even the handlebars are looking pretty weird and odd, but it looks nice actually. The overall interior theme is pretty new for me actually. I have not seen this kind of interiors in any other car. And once you get inside the car, pretty comfortable seating position, aeroplane kind of, you know, throttle, sorry, what you call it, gear shifters, so that's looking pretty nice. And here in the center tunnel you get so many options just to adjust the parking sensor options, and you get the AC on off option, and then you get the volume option and all. You get very innovatively designed AC air vents, I would say. And then you get the traditional rotating 12.8-inch center infotainment screen. So that is also pretty nice. Then you get a Mercedes inspired BYD steering wheel, and it is pretty nice to hold, leather wrapped with red stitching and flat bottom as well. And then you get a tiny screen, instrument cluster screen just behind the steering wheel. Looks pretty small, but it carries all the information. And then you get the amazing camera setup in the BYD Atto 3. You know, that looks fantabulous, I should say, because the camera setup is one of the best. You get a ghost mode image as well, like, you know, what's underneath of the car, you will also be able to see it when you turn on the camera setup. The camera setup is simply awesome. The clarity is out of the world. And then you get these touch inspired option for the closing and opening of the sunroof and the blinds. So that's also pretty nice. And even the lights can be operated with the touch of you know, just tap it and it will turn off the light, and then again it will turn on the light. So that is also pretty cool. One small opinion is that some sort of a fluidic design in terms of the dashboard design, but this white element, they could have avoided this because it gets dirty as easy as possible. So that's pretty difficult to manage. And apart from that, you get ambient lighting option, you get an inbuilt dash cam option, with which you can also click pictures. And the seating comfort is pretty nice, the headroom is pretty nice, the cabin feels pretty airy and quite a big car. It doesn't feel like, you know, you are sitting inside a small car. It doesn't feel like an MG ZSEV at any point of time. Maybe better than the Hyundai Kona as well, that's one thing. And you get ambient lighting setup, you can click pictures with the dash cam, and you get ADAS features as well. So I'll talk more about it. So now it's time to take a look at the second row of the Atto 3. So when it comes to Atto 3, I wanted to explain when I'm, you know, inside a moving Atto 3, because, you know, the ride is so plush. I am still pricing about you know, the ride, right? Because, you know, it's a very plush experience even sitting at the second row of the Atto 3, because the suspension setup has been beautifully tuned, I should say. And it's quite spacious as well. The spacious interiors, 3 people can comfortably sit here. You get a handrest, you get 3-point seat belts, you get 2 AC vents, you get USB charging port as well as a C-type charging port, ample amount of space and leg room, and even the headroom with this panoramic sunroof, quite comfortable to stay in here. Happy to be at the second row of the Atto 3. And yeah, with ambient design and stuff, it's quite comfortable. And I'm you know, pretty much enjoying the ride in the Atto 3. So that's my take about the second row of the Atto 3. Even when it comes to convenience, it's pretty nice. The seat back pockets, 2 small seat back pockets and 1 big seat back pocket as well. The battery pack is, you know, the seats actually sits pretty low, but still quite nice. The huge front seat actually blocks the view, but that's okay actually. You know, the overall experience is pretty nice. So when it comes to driving the Atto 3, actually this is actually a better EV than the ZSEV or even the Hyundai Kona, I would say, because, you know, this is a very plush and comfortable electric vehicle, because 0 to 100 comes in like 7.3 seconds, but you don't feel that urge actually. Even when you put it in sport mode and when you push the car hard, the passengers don't feel that you know, you are actually pushing the car hard. you still feel that, plush and serene experience even for the people sitting in the second row of the car. So that's actually pretty nice, because BYD Atto 3 is more focused on the comfort and the plush experience rather than giving you an urge to hit the top speed. And even when you're going on top speed, like triple digit speeds, like 120, 140 and stuff, then also you're feeling that sort of a plush experience. It doesn't feel vibrant, it doesn't feel angry or anything. It feels pretty much plush, comfortable, and of course when you turn it there is a bit of wheel spin, but apart from that, it's such a lovely SUV or lovely car to drive inside the city or out on the highways. It will be super happy actually. See, I'm cruising at 140 km/h now, and it feels like I'm driving a Mercedes or an entry-level BMW. You can call it as a mini X1. I would say it's a proper X1. It gives that sort of comfort, and you get the technology as well, in terms of the battery pack, in terms of ADAS features, in terms of the camera setup, in terms of plush ride. You get all the features. It's faster than any other EVs as well in this segment. So altogether, if you are looking for a perfect one car electric garage which can take you comfortably inside the city and out on the highways, and if you are a very very frequent long distance traveler, and if EV is in mind for you, then Atto 3 is the car for you, because it's quite fast, very comfortable, spacious, and it offers a very plush ride even inside the city or out on the highways. The ride is very smooth, guys. Trust me on this, the ride is very smooth, and even you can actually play with the car. Even when you're driving fast, it doesn't feel like it's going fast. That's the major highlight. Even the instant acceleration, it doesn't feel so. Oh my god, it's nice to feel. You get a twist and feel of that on your steering wheel, but apart from that, it's quite nice. The passengers don't feel that you are driving it hard. So my take on the Atto 3, I've told you, plush, comfortable, and a bit overpriced, and a funky looking interiors, and these are my points actually. I'm okay. Oh my god, that was a bit huge, but lovely driving the Atto 3, very plush SUV, and I don't have much complaints except the funky interiors and a bit of high pricing. But apart from that, we get a reliable battery pack, and pretty nice to drive the Atto 3 overall. I don't have much complaints actually. A very good high speed, mile munching electric vehicle, I would say. So after driving the Atto 3 for a whole day, right from 6 AM to 6 PM, what's my take about the Atto 3 is that it drives as good as an BMW X1. The ride is super comfortable, and you can carry 5 full-sized adults, and the plush feel of the ride is like, simply out of the world. Maybe you can call it as a magic carpet ride as well, because it's so plush, guys. I really love the way the suspension works, because inside the city, inside potholes or inside any sort of condition, the ride was super plush. And it is not an SUV where you will enjoy driving it hard. Even if you put it in sport mode, you will not enjoy much, because my take is that if you put it in normal or eco mode and then you drive it in a serene way, then you will enjoy the Atto 3 is what my take. A spacious electric vehicle which is pretty safe, feature loaded, and fit for your family, quite spacious inside, and even a good boot space. So overall, at the end of the day, we all know that this is actually quietly on the pricier side when it comes to the pricing, but you get the technology for that. You get the battery pack, you get the more range for that, and you get a safer battery pack. It gets the blade battery cells, and BYD has tried their best to put out a very good product for India, and I'm happy about that. So with all these things, BYD Atto 3, I know that we have not seen many Atto 3s on roads, but the owners, those who own the Atto 3s are pretty happy actually. So they are pretty happy in terms of the comfort, in terms of the effective real world range conditions, and in terms of all the service things and all. In every aspect, the Atto 3 owners are pretty happy, and that's actually the major highlight. So it's quite a reliable, good quality car. Of course, at the end of the day, it's costly. So my take about the driving, my take about the space, my take about the features, everything I've shared with you till now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any queries about the Atto 3, please do comment below, and I will be happy to revert for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I thoroughly enjoyed driving it after a couple of days with the Lexus RCF, because it was pretty a stiff ride, and this gave me a very plush feel, and I'm pretty happy about the Atto 3 actually. One thing they could have improved is the interiors. They tried to make it a little more funkier than it actually should have been. So that's one thing. So apart from that, pretty happy with the Atto 3. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and please do subscribe to our channel, and also hit the bell icon so that you will get all the notifications, and please do follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Bye bye.